You bet your ass, football. Why, when John Elway was only 4 years old, he married Princess Celestia and brought football to all the ponies of the realm and sent Princess Luna back to the moon with the Oakland Raiders. You might then think you know football, but until you've met John Elway, you can never truly comprehend football. That's what is so tragic about it. You can never truly know John Elway, for to stand in his presence is to be blinded by the presence of his magnetic hypnocock. You see, John Elway wasn't always football. There was a time when John Elway was only 29, maybe 33% football. However, when the Lord Jesus Christ called him on the phone and said, "John Elway, you need to be 100% football," you know what he did. Do you think he just laid down and sucked his thumb and cried the way you probably would, you pussy? No. Fuck no. John Elway took the fucking call and answered. John Elway was always the man to become football. John Elway was sired by Dan Reeves, born of Rainbow Dash, conceived in fire, master of football, Lord of the Denver Broncos now and forever. When the four Elways converged and formed like Voltron, they became the Denver Broncos. It is at this point that none of you punny faggots are safe. John Elway forms the head of the Denver Broncos, and John Elway is the strong, muscular chest. John Elway, like John Elway, makes the arms. Arms like tree trunks, I tell you, and John Elway are the legs. 12 stories tall, and they were afoot. Last but not least is John Elway, and he is the mightiest of all. The giant cock of the Denver Broncos is he, and he stretches 5 miles around the entirety of the equator and back again, like 5 or 6 times, give or take a few 100,000 feet. All the ponies knew that one day the Denver Broncos would come to liberate them. For years, they had labored in bondage under the torment of the Oakland Raiders. For years, they suffered the indignity of not being football. But then, one day, all that changed when John Elway and the rest of the Denver Broncos, John Elway, 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 and John Elway came to Ponyville and became the Denver Broncos. Then there was football. 1,000 years ago, back when I was only a small Elway, I was not entirely football. The Denver Broncos did not yet exist, and the universe was cloaked in a perpetual twilight. My people wandered in the desert without football. But then the Lord came to me in a football and said, "John Elway, you really need to become football." And I became football, and then traveled throughout the future and invented time travel so that I could travel back in time and become Dan Reeves. And I made sweet, beautiful love to Rainbow Dash and admired myself, for that is what the Lord commanded me to do, for without John Elway, there could be no football. The Denver Broncos were football before there even was football. They never even had the word football or even the derivative words foot and ball. They just had a bunch of squeaks and grunts that sounded like black people trying to reason with police officers. But then John Elway came, and it was magical. Magical friendship, you might say. You might even say that friendship was magic, because friendship was between man and football. And football was John Elway. And John Elway started the Denver Broncos because he knew the world needed his footballs. And as such, he decided to begin the footballs so that everyone could be football alongside him. And you can be football too, my friend, if you believe. Believe in John Elway. Believe in friendship. Believe in football. Football is magic. Praise American.